Bonjour everyone, welcome to another diecast showcase. So today it's going to be another recent find video. It's going to be a bunch of store finds and also some local trades that I recently acquired via substitution for some pieces I had for sale or for trade with a local collector. So without further ado, we'll get right into it. There's quite a few pieces I want to show you today, so I'll make this as short and sweet as possible. As mentioned, mostly Hot Wheels, but I'm going to start off with the non-Hot Wheels pieces that I recently found. So most recent piece that I decided to add to the collection, and it's not the first time I stumble upon it, but definitely the first time that I decided to go ahead and add this one. We're talking about this really nice Jada Mitsubishi Eclipse. Yeah, basically this is a cast that is better known as the original Eclipse from Brian's ride in First Fast and Furious. So yeah, this one's pretty darn nice. We've got some nice little details throughout the car, basically. So we've got the big aftermarket exhaust, big APR wing that we see in the movie as well. Obviously, they decided to do without the green Kawasaki green paint, I like to call, and this is maybe a little bit more up-to-date type of livery, although it would be very, fitting for a 90s car show as well. So yeah, literally same body kit as the Eclipse from F&F. You've got the same 7 spokes also. You got a little Borla sticker on the door. This one, as opposed to the older cast, do have the door handle casted into the doors, which is always good. We've also got some nice bride stripes on the side, going from that gloss white all the way up to the matte black on the rear with 2 shades of gray in the middle. Interior is pretty straightforward and simple. Kind of hard to see there. Sorry for the lighting. It's pretty late at night, so gotta make do. But all in all, it's very simple. A simpler version of the 124 scale. Is this approximately 132. We're talking about, all black, no separate pieces, but still, due to the scale, pretty well detailed. Still got the bucket seats, rear seat delete, pretty much impossible to see from what I can see here. The little aftermarket steering wheel. No mirrors on this one. You do have the infamous hood vent that you can see right there from the movie. So it serves absolutely no cooling purpose whatsoever, but really digging this exhaust. Looks really good. Lens front and rear lights, which is kind of a given. You got the little license plate basically indicating this is part of the JDM tuner collection. And again with the Borla script both above the exhaust as well as on the hood. So pretty nice little piece. Definitely like the color combo. Had spotted it before in the 124 scale collection, but in red. So yeah. Next up, I picked up this is the last non-Hot Wheels piece we're going to be checking out. Had passed the first round on this specific cast, but decided to pick it up on the second go just because it's a clean livery. We are talking about the Majorette Challenger SRT Demon. It's got some of my favorite wheels from Majorette, the double 6 spokes with the chrome lip. They really look like real riders, but these are plastic wheels. We've got a whole blacked out top, trunk lid, as well as hood, and of course, as you can see, opening doors, since these premium cars always have opening features. Nice little details throughout. The front lights are actually lensed, and the rear lights are painted details. Got the Dodge script in the middle there. Well done interior. I like the fact that the Majorettes, for the most part, don't have stumps for steering wheels, so it's always nice to see. It's kind of hard to see in the packaging, but yeah, comes with a little collector card, and great addition. It'd be nice to compare it to the Hot Wheels version. And I do have another pullback 136 scale version of this as well in the exact same spec. So yeah, I guess a growing red collection of Charger SRTs. So pretty cool stuff. All right, so I'll just leave this one here next to the Eclipse. And yeah, we'll delve along onto some Hot Wheels main lines. So half a dozen, not a whole lot there, but decided to add a couple of these to the collection. First one I picked up, actually, nothing new or anything like that. I do have the yellow variation of this, which I do intend on keeping carded as part of the Moon Eye stash. Decided to pick up the black one here because it was kind of dwindling on the pegs for a while, and the bubble's kind of all cracked here and on the front as well. So I decided, you know what? Since I've got the card going on here with all the details in regards to what the car should look like, we've got a nice matte black finish, which is really good for applying further details. Decided why the heck not, just pick it up and go ahead and do a detailing job on this one. This is the third variation of this casting I pick up, the 47 Chevy Fleetline. Put the card here for reference, but yeah, going to be adding some lights on there, a lot of chrome work, and obviously some tail lights as well, just to make it a little bit more, yeah, a little, and I can see here that the bright work on the lower front fender on this side is more or less good, but, quality control can never be perfect when we're talking what used to be dollar cars, so I'm not going to complain about that. It's easy touch up. So yeah, there we go. So this is going to be a custom little job here that we're going to do. Not a full custom because I do like the lace wheels on this cast, and so it's a nice looking cast anyways, but yep. So quick unboxing on that one. Next one that I picked up was most recently this mainline version of, I believe, the last Super of 2022, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, 81 Camaro, which is a model I do like, and I find it interesting because definitely this cast has seen a little bit of changes since its release. The rear bumper is definitely more realistic than it used to be, although maybe the cast that I'm thinking of could be different model year, maybe a different cast altogether. Either way, I'll have to compare the model years to see. All in all, the cast details are great. No front and rear tampos, but a whole bunch of sponsors on the side and a really nice green metallic color. All kinds of stuff. Bell helmets, B&M shifters, Edelbrock, Mr. Gasket. Obviously the bow tie for Chevy, and the Hot Wheels flame, as well as a hearse in the back. Is that hearse? It is hearse. It's kind of weird because B&M and hearse pretty much are both shifter and shift kit and short shifter specialists, so a little bit of a conflict there, but yeah, all good. Classic 5 spokes, staggered, bigger in the rear, and that dark gray that is coming back a lot on a lot of castings. Card is a little bit flimsy. I mean, you got some soft corners as well as the infamous hook fold, but all in all, happy to have this one. Didn't pick up the newer Camaro that goes with the now, basically, of the then and now, because honestly, 5th and 6th gen Camaros, it's not, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan versus the equivalent model year Mustang or Mopar. So staying in the Chevy though, this was something I really wanted to pick up, and I love this new series for 2023, the 80s series from Hot Wheels. This awesome El Camino in stock looking colors, really clean deco. Love the 5-slot wheels as well, which are really cool. Perfectly fit this model. Got the big El Camino SS on the side there. Fortunately, no front and rear tampos. But I mean, using the Ultra Hots version as a reference should be pretty easy to add those if I decide to crack it. So really, really nice. Very happy about that, and love these clean stock looking paint jobs. Another example is the latest color variation of the SVO that I did manage to pick up, and managed to pick up also one that has a slight tampo slide. So it's not all that evident when you look at it on the get-go, but if you start from the front, you'll see the side stripe actually impedes on the front wheel arch. Then there's a gap before it resumes on the front fender and door, again on the rear fender, and from the side it almost looks like you've got some rear light tampos on there because of the slip, but actually there's none. So this is going to be an opener also. Not going to open it now. I'm going to open it at another time, but this is going to be also a detailing job. I was really looking to pick up this because adding details on silver paint is much easier than that dark purple. And the dark purple seems to be much harder to find than the silver version. So I'm probably going to crack this one open, keep the other one carded, the purple one. So, but I love the SVO with the 2.3 turbo. And you know, big Fox body fan here again from the 80 series. So another variation I picked up, I just couldn't pass, is the super nice Nissan Maxima drift car. Yeah, when I posted this one on Instagram, Andre Cruz was saying how much they did a much better job on the red version versus the original white. I tend to agree. And I'm happy they have the bright work going on, because these did actually have chrome bumpers in period. So yeah, I'm gonna leave this one carded probably, but I am gonna crack the white one because it's gonna be much easier to detail again. So reverse from the latest SVO cast. But yeah, big fan of those new wheels as well. Good job, Mattel, on those. Last mainline that I picked up was definitely one that was very, very on my radar, on my list. The Legends Tour winner, part of the Hot Wheels Dream Garage, the P1800 Gasser. Love everything about this car. The British Racing Green suits the car perfectly and will be an excellent sidekick to the Volvo Amazon, Slam Volvo Amazon in the Fast Wagon Premium Series from last year. Or was it the year before? I don't even know anymore. I mean, all the details are good except for like the front and rear light, actually the rear light tampos, because it does have fronts. So just a question of adding some little rear lights, and I mean, everything's pretty good. I mean, the side's really nice. These already have a very pure and clean design stock, so I'm happy they just altered the stance without altering the body too much. Yeah, I mean, all the details are there with the tiny little gas tank on the front, and you know, a big blown engine popping out of the what used to be a hood. And I really like on the side the little play on the Saint logo from the original TV series from the 60s, with where the character International Spy Simon Templar actually had one of these all stock in white, the early ones with the hubcaps. And yep, the logo really did look like the little stick figure next to the Hot Wheels logo. It's the same typography, and instead of being a little flag, there would be the little halo on top of the stick figure's head. So yeah, really nice. I mean, pretty accurate towards the real thing, except maybe for the Hot Wheels logo on the rear fender. But all in all, you know, cool chrome interior, really nice, very nice little piece of hot roddery. Definitely cool, some sweet speed, you know. So yeah, very happy to get my hands on this one. Was definitely looking forward to finding it. Now we're going to fall into some premiums, and all of these are part of a trade. I decided to trade with a local collector for the Majorette rose gold chase that I showed on a previous find video fairly recently. Since I do have the regular version, I prefer that one. I also traded a 1/43rd scale Jeep JK Wrangler green machine that I've had for about a year and a half, and not intent on keeping, and a couple other bits and bobs basically that gentleman wanted. Another Majorette, green S2000 Hot Wheels mainline, a couple things basically, and we decided to go ahead and do a trade. Oh, and a loose Matchbox 4Runner as well. The variation that I wanted to get rid of. So yeah, went ahead and did a trade. I think that if we're talking about retail value, I came out winning. Overall value on the secondary market, I think it's a pretty fair trade. You guys let me know in the comments what you think. First thing we traded is actually a little bit of a mistake on the part of the person that I traded with, but I'm not really complaining all that much. One of the things that he had that I really wanted was, that I was interested in having but not actively hunting, was the recent Boulevard release, the Joey Logano Mustang Mach 1 Fastback, the infamous Mach 22 in matte black there. So I told him that I would take his Boulevard Mustang, which he agreed to, but I ended up with this one. So an older release. I've already commented in a previous showcase that I'm not a big fan of this specific version of the cast. It's based on the Need for Speed Retro Entertainment Series release. It's inspired by the movie. It was silver with blue stripes as opposed to this really nice orange with black stripes. Love the wheel setup on the car, but really the body kit really doesn't do it for me. It's a little bit too cartoony, and I find that the difference in diameter front to rear because of that body kit, especially due to that lower sill, looks hugely exaggerated, and I would prefer more tire and less rim in the back, to be quite frank. So this is going to be up for trade or sale. I'm not going to complain about it. I mean, it's all good. I can do without the Mach 1 because I have a couple variations of it already. We're just going to be talking about straight up trading for something else. I've already got a person that's interested in buying it, so we'll see what happens there. Second item, actually, should I say, second items in the trade. I did end up getting hooked up through that trade with the full Lenos Garage set. I was really after mostly the Lamborghini, also the Corvair, which was my second favorite there, and the tank car is always fun. Yeah, I got the full series, so all these cars are really interesting in their history. I mean, Jay Leno himself is quite the interesting person to listen to, and love his stories and everything like that. Actually, speaking of this series, Ed Bolian, the founder of VinWiki, recently did, as part of his VinWiki appraisal series of videos on YouTube, an appraisal of 5 of Jay's cars in his garage. They tabulated a list of 185 cars from Jay Leno's garage, and himself, along with John Ficarra, an automotive historian, as well as John Tamarian, the owner of Curated down in Miami. They decided to each choose 5 cars out of Jay's collection and appraise them. And I was pretty surprised because 4 out of the 5 cars of the series were actually part of the appraisal. And obviously the appraisal came with a little bit of backstory and fun facts like this one here. Most people already know, but this actually looks like it's missing paint here and there. Now, the reason for this is that we see it even better on the card art here, like on the front fender right there. The reason why there's missing paint and number, the meatball is not complete and everything like that is because this car is on its original paint. We're talking about literally almost 70-year-old paint job that was kept intact and as is, which is pretty crazy. As they said in the series, you can only have an original survivor status car once, and as soon as you restore or refurbish, it's just not the same anymore. So for this I find it's really cool. Not my favorite cast. I do prefer the street versions with the bumpers of these cars, but still, just because of the slight patina and the story behind it, I mean, this is phenomenal stuff. Next, number 2, well, needs no introduction. Jay's F1. Everybody knows Jay's McLaren F1. It's a nice rendering of it. Obviously, the wheels aren't exactly accurate, but what I do like is that they did take the time to reproduce that tiny little red stripe that's specific to Jay's car. That's a nice little touch, and it's cool also that now we have a metal base variation of this car, which is detailed in the back almost fully, although I am a little bit disappointed that they didn't do the exhaust in silver, which is something I've actually done on my black McLaren F1 that is in the background, the backdrop that you would normally see behind that Majorette. 3 out of 5. We're looking at the Yenko Stinger Corvair, infamous rear engine flat 6, sporty coupe, revised by Yenko. More power, definitely some suspension brake work, some chassis strengthening and whatnot, and the infamous striping, which makes this car look so good. And I'm wondering if this is not a retool of the Very 8, which was a fantasy cast that was based on the Corvair, but in a drag setup with a bunch of louvers in the rear hood and everything like that. Basically, I don't know. Really, I don't know, but this is my second favorite out of the set. The stance is right. It's got the 8 spokes, which kind of mimic the diamond racing wheels that are on the real thing pretty well, I find. Rear is spot on. All the license plates are there as well, which is a really cool touch. So number 4 was the one, my childhood poster car, the Countach. Funnily enough, this is the only car that they did not talk about in that episode, that VinWiki appraisal that I referenced before. Even more surprising that John Tamarian, the owner of Curated, is literally the specialist in Miura's, Countach, Diablo, any type of gated 6-speed manual car, Lamborghini, in addition to other exotics. But he's definitely the North American Lamborghini guru, at least in my knowledge. So yeah, but this is really good. I mean, we don't have the phone dials. A quick wheel swap with some Van City diecast wheels. Shout out to them, a Canadian company. Yeah, I mean, they would look great because they do make phone dial wheels, and they do look awesome on Lambos. So hey, I don't know, maybe I will buy my first set of wheels to one day swap this beauty. Don't know yet. We'll have to see. But this is the first premium release of this cast, and I'm really happy because it goes really well with the other variations that I have almost all of, except for the white pace car version. I have both the police versions, the regular treasure hunt, the motor show car, as well as the red version with the lights on top for the pace car look there. Last but not least, we have the infamous tank car. I forget the name of the actual name of this, but it actually has a real name, and it escapes me at the current time, but basically we're talking about a custom hot rod, built on a cost no object basis, powered by a tank engine. I mean, what's not to love? This thing stretches hell. Really cool, full metal, full polished. It's got so many little intricate details. I mean, this was even in Gran Turismo at one of the Gran Turismos at a certain point. So it's pretty cool stuff. So definitely very happy to add that one because I'm pretty sure this is my third favorite after the Countach and Corvair. And last but not least, we will finish off with probably a piece I'm happiest to get besides the Countach out of this whole deal, which would be the 50th anniversary 55 Bel Air Gasser, the big deal, straight out of 2018. Yeah, this thing is awesome. It's my second variation of the Gasser as a premium. The other one I have being the Redliner's orange one. This thing is just really, really nice. The only thing I like more or less is the yellowish lime green windows, but at the end of the day, since it matches the deco and the top, I ain't gonna complain. Very nice. Yeah, this is really, really a solid hit and solid addition to the collection, and I love the wheels. This is the setup for that all Gassers should have. You know, I love how the metal based versions of this cast have the exhausters like so much better. Well, everything's better. I mean, you know, obviously the big block to house the front axle is not the best looking thing in the world, but I mean, most lifted cars end up looking like that, so I'm not going to complain too much there either. Either way, I'll conclude this episode on that. So I hope you enjoyed this tiny little showcase here. Definitely a nice little accumulation over the past 2-3 weeks or so. And I'll take the opportunity to wish you guys a great weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for returning if you're a regular viewer. Thanks for stopping by if you're a first time viewer. And of course, like, subscribe, and comment your feedback below. Always good to read. And stay safe, guys. Happy hunting. All the best of luck with those pegs. And I will catch you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. Stay safe.